over me. And it left me in a very vulnerable position I didn't want to be in. And I lashed out at a lot of people because of the vulnerability that I didn't want to be in. I didn't want to face my demons. And because of that, there was a lot of arguments, a lot of unnecessary arguments. Truthfully, the story goes back like when I was at 5 years old, I was bullied. And then when that bullying started, I created more bullying to happen because I assumed I was going to get beat up every day because I was afraid. So every time I would get off the bus, I would always think my bully was waiting there. Well, sure enough, he was. There was a few times I stood up to my bully, and I caused him physical harm. I did beat him up. But then after I hurt him, I felt bad, and then I just let the bullying continue after that because hurting people to me, once I was able to stand up for myself in the moment and I hurt someone, there was just a different part of me that just didn't like that. And part of me wanted to just keep getting bullied because I think I felt really bad that I beat up this kid. And I don't know, it just, when it came to being around people, certain things would set me off. And when it came to being around coworkers, certain things would set me off. And I was just always angry. And I never understood why, but that's the part of life we don't get, right? We don't know how to react. We don't know how to basically live our lives because when we're in school, we're not taught these type of things. We're not taught what happens when you get into these situations. Nobody teaches us this. We have to rely on a guidance counselor. Why do we need to rely on a guidance counselor when we can do this all on our own? If I was at a younger age and I heard some of the stuff that I've learned, I think my outcome going to school every day would have been different. I think my outcome in life would have been different. But as we know, things happen for a reason, and they were meant to happen because I chose for it to happen. To this day, I'm still trying to figure out what that reason was, but I learned a lot because of it. I learned that being stubborn and not communicating with people can lead to problems and confusion and chaos, which is what's going on in the world right now. Confusion and chaos. Because nobody knows how to talk to anybody anymore. And everybody's always in a rush, or they're angry. Nobody smiles anymore. Even when you say good morning to people, some of them will say good morning to you, and others will just look at you like you're a complete psycho. Why are you saying good morning to me? Because it's a decent thing to do? I don't know. I grew up in a small town, and we kind of just, I guess it's an old-fashioned mentality where you shake people's hands and hold the door open for people, and just, but I had to learn that too. My grandmother had to teach me all this. For my grandmother to teach me this, I had to be able to listen, and she was the only one that actually I would listen to. She was very wise for her age. She knew how respect went a long way, and manners, and being at the dinner table, you took your hat off and you didn't wear your hat. I used to fight my grandmother tooth and nail, but now to this day, I don't wear a hat when I eat dinner. I try not to wear a hat in general all the time, but today I'm wearing one because it's a little chilly outside, and most of the heat's in your brain, so that makes sense why I'm wearing the hat now. But it's just, life is an interesting experience. It can be traumatic, it can be happy, it can be terrifying, it can be wonderful. It's just how you want to choose to live your life. Even when you think you're on top, do you actually think you're on top? Or because you're making all this money and you're doing so well for yourself, but are you happy inside? Is the biggest thing. You can have all the money in the world, but you could still be miserable. And that's what I learned. I chased the money for so long in the oil and gas sector and the railway. I chased it all. And it never got me anything. Period. It just got me a lot of headache and a lot of drama. Because I surrounded myself around people who were not doing the inner work, and they were They were just chasing the money just like I was, but they were miserable. Anyone that I worked with in the oil and gas sector or the railway, a lot of them, even if they were making like hundreds of thousands of dollars, they were still miserable. And they were still like complaining that they didn't have enough and they needed more of this and they need more money to do this and they need more. When is it ever going to be enough? When it's going to be enough when it's enough in here and in here. But if you're thinking money's going to solve your problems, it's not. Until you do the inner work, you really don't feel satisfied. And that's where the true abundance lies. It's abundance is within. Like the people that are rich, they found abundance from within. They meditate, they practice mind exercise, they practice calmness. They don't allow emotions to influence their thoughts or their ideas. They just rely on themselves and they trust in themselves. And we don't trust in ourselves anymore. We kind of just rely on other people to dictate our lives, or we rely on other people to make big decisions for our lives when we can be doing it all ourselves. Independence is a very powerful and empowering way to grow yourself spiritually and mentally, wealthy. But you have to trust in it, right? And a lot of assumption is real, whether you want to believe it or not. You can be in a rush one day and you're heading to work and you're going to be late. But the only reason you're late is because you created that idea. I guarantee one of you reach out to me and tell me that you've never been late before because you thought in your head, I'm going to be late. If you don't think you're going to be late and you think you're going to be on time, you'll be on time. Try it. See if it works. I bet you it will. Trust in the process. Trust in the universe. There's money everywhere for us. We just have to tap into that mindset, right? And if you feel working at a job every day, 9 to 5 job is what you meant to be, then do it. But at the same time, strive for more. Because you are smart enough to do it. You're brilliant. You just have to get in that flow state, get in that mindset. Visualize what you want, and you will achieve it. You will attain it. It's just practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice, we have to practice for sports. We have to practice for driving. Why not practice for getting a promotion? Or getting that job you really want? Or going to a school that you think you're not going to get into. The only reason you're not getting into that school is because you think it. But I guarantee if you got in the right mindset, you're going to get into that school. You're going to get that career you want. You have to believe it, though. You have to trust in yourself. If you don't trust in yourself, none of this is possible. People are going to doubt your thoughts. Let them doubt your thoughts. Just don't let you doubt your thoughts. My friends, my family, they thought I was crazy to quit my job. Do you know how happy I am since I quit my job? Extremely happy. And do you know what the best part about it is? I get to talk to people day in, day out from different parts of the world and get to hear about their journeys, get to experience their journeys, because when I'm talking to them, I'm an empath. I have tons of energy that everybody just gives to me. I don't necessarily, it's a gift and it's a curse, but I just allow it to happen. And now it's not a curse anymore. It's actually a blessing. So when people are telling me about what they've been through, I feel it. I understand it. And I enjoy it now because it's a part of me that I respect and I trust. And I no longer deal with anxiety anymore. I can be on the camera right now with you talking and not be afraid of what you're going to think, because the only thing that matters is what I think. And that's about true inner growth and just believing in yourself. And being around people now, it doesn't bother me, because I do the art of visualization all the time now. And I don't even have to close my eyes anymore to do it. I just walk into a store or an environment where there's a ton of people, and I see every single positive face there is. Even if someone's having a rough day, I don't see that. And even if they glare at me or whatever, then that's their choice. That's their free will. but I'm not going to let it affect me anymore. And you shouldn't either. Believe in you. That's the true meaning. What I want to say today. And I believe in you. And I know with time, you will start to believe in you too. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Much love to you all. Bye.